plans are plans to go on from here, win Illinois and Michigan, go on, win the nomination, and then win the White House. That's our plan. And a hell of a plan. Actually, those are our goals. I would tell you the plan, but I would have to kill you.
Someone who will old values with new standards.
Meet the competition of Japan, to meet the competition of Germany.
What's $300 or $400 a year going to really do for somebody?
It is really touch and feel politics.
I ask for your vote to lead America back to prosperity.
What's really tried hard to do as governor is to find markets for products like this and to help them secure financing.
No one is talking about changing the system. Everyone is talking about how to do the best they can within the system.
It's the 90s, a special report on what it takes to win elections, the candidates, their organizations, and the system. An inside look by camcorder producers. From Chicago, this is The Primary.
Here it is.
Could you do the whole thing up about a foot? Yeah.
Trying to go up a foot?
Yeah. It's washed out. It's not defined. I know exactly what you're saying.
I like it. I like it. I want it to be defined.
Yeah.
Define it.
Oh, sure, I know what you're saying. Okay. Yeah, you call it whatever you want. Down? Take the whole thing down a little. Dun, 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 dun. You know that? You know the opening of the blues?
I know that one, yeah.
Could you guys play that?
We might can play it a little bit down.
You know what? Can we put this on the sound system right now? Yeah. When he goes, opens his mouth, and it'll be 9:03:59 seconds.
Who's going to tell him?
Tell him what?
When to come in and how to where to go?
That would be me. Yes, that's me. I will be advancing him, hence the advancing. The advancing him. Always appropriate for a flag.
Can we get a sound guy to talk a little bit?
Sure.
We're having nobody's getting on it.
Okay. No one's getting what? Really? They can be right here in a little pen.
Yeah, but they're saying that they're shooting into the lights here.
Guy, chill, relax, okay? We're trying to work with you. Why are you like trying to bust everyone's ass here and start a revolution? We're gonna have a nice pen and everything will work out. Relax. Peter, can I speak with you?
We're going to move up with our video camera because these guys are all going to kill us.
No, they will not. Nobody, I'm having everybody who's a camera check the shot. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
You guys, that's what I'm saying. If anything's in the shot, they're gone. You know what I'm saying? Could you check your camera, actually? Ira, you can't kill me with this shot. Okay. Right over there, that riser you can use to shoot. Over here you can use to shoot. I can put you over here, but you just can't stand right in front of the podium and shoot.
You won't even see us when the crowd's down front anyway. We're not going to hold cameras up.
I mean, I
give you my word.
I understand, but this isn't like my first event, guys. I've been doing this for like months and months, and the thing is, I've been told I'm tired of every shot this photographer's in it. All we're doing is, this is our election night, and I'll work anything you guys want, but you can't just be there. No. I don't want him in the shot. Yeah, no. What you could do is, see over here? There's a back door. You can stand up there and get him coming in, and then when he gets when we tell you to break off, there's a back door. You can just come right around. You want to do that? Let me show you. You got everything under control? Okay, do it. Let me show you. You gotta go? Here. Peter? Let him take a few shots, then he's down. Okay, now get him down. Okay, get down. Stop it. No, I was not in his shot. That's where I was. Television, guy, television. I don't give a shit. I do give a shit. You were in the shot. I saw you on the monitor. Where do you think I came from? You were right on the monitor. That's a nice shot.
It's a great shot. Good work.
Thanks.
is the city I was born in. I get to be first.
Everybody look this way. Okay.
So everybody says you're a real guy. Is it true? Are you a real?
No, I'm just fake. All plastic.
It's hard though. You get pushed into being plastic. I guess. There's something part of the process that pushes you into being plastic.
You know, when I started this, people said it was not telegenic and all of that kind of thing. But it turns out to be an advantage. Because this is true when I was in politics in Massachusetts. People believed me. So I wasn't as smooth, as slick as some of the other candidates, but when they heard me, they knew that what they were hearing was what I believed, and I don't manufacture my views for politics.
Is there part of the process that really pushes you to be plastic and phony?
Well, I mean, people can do it that way. Certainly, there's a precedent for that. But for me, it would lose my strength.
So it takes a lot of industry to withstand.
Yes.
You must have a good staff that you like, I guess. That really helps.
I do, and I've also got a wife that keeps me honest here. Now, whose is this? I signed somebody's book here. I'll just leave it.
I'll take it.
Okay.
Thanks a lot. I don't have one.
Yeah. Somebody have my coat?
Good to go, sir.
Hi, this is Rose Casey. I'm establishing the line for Jerry Brown. Okay, so I have to call. Right. Hold on. Oh, no, this phone is ringing. What line can I use on here? Okay, I'm unsure of what to do now.
Oh, just Joe didn't tell you?
Yeah, he said to call the IFB number. I did that, put them on hold. Then I called the control number.
Okay, that's all he said, right?
Right.
Well, they probably know.
You should have already put it on hold.
Oh, okay, so they're both on hold.
Right, now all you have to do is tell me which line you want first. Yeah, this is Steve at Northwest. We're doing a media tour. Could you tell us what bird we're up on, please?
I'll see. You have a line.
We got a call from you guys canceling.
John Stern. He is too.
Okay, they'll be blinking. See, here's
Hi,
your...
what city is this, please?
What is it?
So what are your qualifications for this job?
I'm a Jerry Brown supporter.
Okay, who is he going to be talking to? Kurt.
You guys ready?
Kurt is as T at the end.
IFB.
You'll be talking to Kurt next. This is Terre Haute, Indiana.
Hello, Terry Haute.
Terre Haute.
Okay, I'll take care of that.
I can't hear the response, but I'm going to go ahead and ask the question.
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me? Kurt?
Yeah,
hello?
I can hear now.
I'll tell you what's going on in Washington. They're going to fast-track our jobs right to Mexico.
He said he wanted to throw the bums out and hand government back to the people.
Yeah.
Aren't you yourself a career politician coming from a political family and a political background?
Yep, I sure am, and that's why I know how rotten it is. It's not working.
Beyond the presidential primary, the most visible contest in Illinois was the attempt to unseat Democratic Senator Alan Dixon by Carol Moseley Braun and Al Hofeld.
And I will remember who my friends are. Believe me. Thank you very much.
It's sad some of these representatives is watching Anita Hill case. Wasn't that sickening? My wife said during those hearings, this should happen once a year so the public sees what we've got representing us. I mean, it is. I mean, seriously, some of these guys have been there 30 years. They can't even talk. I mean, how can they think? They don't even talk. Huh? Oh, okay. Some guy nudges him, he wakes up. I mean, this is crazy. This is crazy.
Cut.
Yeah, cut. I'm dead.
In this case, Mr. President, that means that Judge Thomas is entitled to a presumption of innocence.
I got interested because I'm so strongly pro-choice. And when Dixon voted for Clarence Thomas, that was it, and he had to go immediately. And I think Carol came along as really a qualified candidate. And I think it's really exciting to have a woman candidate who you can support without reservation. And it's very exciting to think about putting a woman, a black woman, in the Senate, because clearly women don't have enough representation.
It's $280,000 a week to do television. They've been on since Christmas. Right, so, you know, it's like, I just have to run an old-fashioned word of mouth, she's the best candidate kind of campaign, and it seems to be working. All the polls have me right there on Dixon's neck, and they know it. All over the state, the feeling about this candidacy is electric, and it's electric precisely because people know that that this is a watershed election and that it's time for a change. It's time for a change in Illinois. It's time for a change in this country, and the sense is there at whatever level you go, wherever in the state you go, the feeling is there that we can do better than we've been doing. We can make a difference, and I'm running precisely to make that difference. I want to open up the institution. I want to bring to the United States Senate a sense of the diversity and the creativity and the energy that represents all of us. There's something wrong with our system when people are excluded from the highest legislative body in our country.
Just look at the political history of Chicago. I think Chicago pretty much sets the trend for the rest of the United States. If you look at the election of Mayor Washington, when that took place, I think you saw an increase of voters registration as well as participation by African Americans all over the United States. And we feel that with the way the economy is and other things affecting not only African Americans, but other people that, you know, we're all going to be motivated to get out this time. Wrap it all the way around the bottom.
You like politics?
I love it. It's an opportunity to make a difference. It might not be the greatest thing in the world to get involved in, but it's the quickest way to make a difference.
We came into Illinois knowing that it was a level playing field, knowing that both candidates had equal amounts of television, equal amounts of time to spend in the state, equal abilities to get their message out to voters.
David, the man I'm sure.
What's that? I don't know. Man of La Mancha. Hello? Yes? Yes. Yeah, I appreciate that. Well, that's good news. He's got to do the right thing, but the moment for drama is now. Bill Clinton's position was he would have supported the congressional vote to authorize the president to use force, although he himself might have waited a little longer. All right, Congressman. Talk to you later. Thanks. Bye-bye. What's that WGN? The worst time in a campaign is when the phone doesn't ring, when you're not busy. We're busy right now. The phone's ringing off the hook, and that's good. I mean, it's going to be a challenge to manage growth, but that's a good challenge. That's a good problem to have. Money coming in, people who want to help, people who want to endorse. I'd rather manage growth than decline.
Everybody ought to know. Everybody ought to know about Beasley School.
About Beasley School. But it's in the system. This song is
Gotta learn the words, man. Dropping the ball.
Yes, Swiss.
You had 10 years to learn the lyrics to this song, and you didn't do it.
Oh, I'll be busy doing other things. Everybody ought to know about Beasley School. Everybody ought to know about Beasley School.
What do we know about Beasley? It's a magnet school. Magnet. Elevated, challenging, very challenging curriculum. It's a magnet school. There's a waiting list, both students and teachers. Want to come in there, and waiting list of teachers want to come in there. It's in the projects. It's located in the projects on the south
into
side.
Which they're busing white kids into the school because they want to go there
as well, because it's impressive.
That's about it.
All bright Beasley bees board the bus with a book to read, and they got a board on tap. They know they cannot miss that bus. Hi, Charles. Hi. Be careful. Bye-bye. Be careful. Love you. Love you, honey.
Our Board of Education, our parents, our community, we all work together. And when we say together we're better, that's what we mean.
Do you know that someone who might become the president is coming to your school today?
Yes.
Do you know his name?
No.
His name is Bill Clinton. He's running for president.
Do you know Jesse Jackson?
Yes.
Do you know Harold Washington?
Yes.
Do you know Bill Clinton?
No.
You know Songus?
No.
You know Harold Washington?
Yes.
You've been brought up right.
If you had a chance, what would you ask him?
I'll ask him how good would he be if he was elected.
How good he would be if he was elected. Good in what way?
Helping the world.
Helping the world.
So I want you to help me, and through your helping me, we can help America today. Because see all these cameras and people riding in the back?
Yeah. Yeah.
All over America tonight, people will see your school. Tomorrow, people will read about this school all over America. And I can tell you, there are a lot of people out there in America that don't believe there are any schools like this in big cities like Chicago. Why do you think this is such a good school? And why do you learn so much here? What is it that is special about this school? And what, if we did it in every other school in America, would give other people these kinds of opportunities?
Well, I know one parent, he helps Miss Howard a lot with the kids from Beasley. After work, he comes straight here and do his volunteering time when he could be at home sleep.
Is that person here?
Yeah.
Where is he? Tell us what you do here.
Just about everything. Escort them on field trips, handyman, copy things, just run errands for the teachers. Everything, and just be involved with these kids. Yeah, I have a background in aviation and computers, and I share that with them.
So how was his visit?
It was wonderful.
I'm proud of you. Right there.
I'm proud of them, and I love them.
Get back away from the motorcade. Get back away.
Everybody ought to know about Beasley School.
Bill Clinton goes to Beasley School. I think it was junior high school, almost exclusively African-American students. He goes there, he talks about education, he talks about parent and teacher involvement, he talks about making the most out of opportunity and personal responsibility, and he really connected with the kids and with the parents. Paul Saugus goes to a similar high school and talks about capital gains tax cuts and the need to provide business incentives. And you know, people just kind of looked at him like...
The job of the President of the United States is to grow the U.S. economy. A middle-class tax cut doesn't add 1 penny to our competitive capacity. And giving tax credits playing Santa Claus is not going to provide a job for the people of these states.
This guy's got to be a loser. I mean, Jesus. What is he doing? And he comes here to Illinois, where he absolutely has to win. He makes one stop and he's gone. I mean, I don't even know where he's going. He's going to Detroit, I think.
Time now for On Target, a public affairs presentation. Your chance to call in on topics affecting our community.
Good evening, brothers and sisters. This is Lou Palmer, and this is WVON's On Target, the only nighttime talk show that matters.
I mean, I won Maine against the odds. I won Colorado against the odds. We won Nevada against the odds. We're putting up a very good fight in Michigan. I mean, if the people would join, if trade unions, a Rainbow Coalition, environmental groups, students, we've got an opportunity to work some real change. You take it, Clinton, $7-8 million coming from the insiders, the same people who brought you where we are. You're not going to have any real change.
I'm not going to cut you off yet. Melody has handed me a note that Mel Reynolds, the opponent to Gus Savage, has been shot. I have no other information. Maybe some of you have heard it on other outlets, and you can call and fill me in. I'll be back after these messages.
I looked out. I saw a guy sitting behind the driver. He had on a wool pull-down knit hat, and he was wearing like like one of those sweatshirts, with a zipper. And he started letting the window down, and he started reaching. He had a really incredible look on his face. And then it's like this, and I said, I think that guy's got something. He got a gun or something. And I went to my left, and at that moment I heard, bam, bam. And then we just took off.
Once the river has died breathing, it's officially St. Patrick's Day.
Oh my God, it's green. It's chartreuse. It is. It's really green.
It's so green.
It is.
Put the sign out now, right here.
Hey, Reed.
Who actually starts the parade?
The mayor.
Oh. Who tells the mayor when to start it?
I do.
Which of the candidates is the most Democratic?
Well, I don't think in America today, I don't think there's it's not as a Democrat anymore. I think people are really looking for a person with strong leadership and a commitment to do the job. That's what they want. So they don't want a Democrat per se. What they're saying is, we want a person to lead the country.
What does the Democratic Party stand for now?
The Democratic Party today is a party made up of people who do not identify with the elephants or donkeys of America. People are much more independent. They don't identify to a political system. And that is, the Roosevelt era is over in this country, so they identify to an individual.
Look at this, some political stuff going on. No, there's no political part to it. So you guys are for Clinton? You betcha. You're not worried about this scandal of the week? There's no scandals on any part of it. I'm Bill Clinton's brother-in-law. What? I'm his brother-in-law, and I'll tell you, there is no scandals. It's a made-up, trumped-up bunch of junk. So you're married to... No, my sister's married to him. Really? Yes. I wouldn't kid you. So do you live here? No, I live in Miami. So what happened? You were a little late, or?
Yes, we were.
It's rough.
We were a little late.
Yeah, Mickey's song is
Which one?
The blonde and waving in the purple coat and the green scarf. She was a little late for the parade.
In the purple. Couldn't get around it.
Welcome to Chicago.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
How does it look for Tuesday?
Joan Jett Black. Joan Jett Black. Joan Jett Black. Joan Jett Black. Joan Jett Black.
How's it going?
Oh, quite well.
Introduce yourself to our camera.
Joan Jett Black, presidential candidate for the Coordination Party, United States of America.
So what are your chances of winning, do you think?
Oh, they're pretty good if I can get everybody who's dissatisfied with the way things are going now, I think, don't you?
Everybody's pretty dissatisfied, right?
Well, then I think I can win. We're here! We're queer! Get used to it! We're here! We're queer! Get used to it!
Primaries are sort of like primers for the election, where supposedly everybody, comes out, and it's like a Miss America pageant. It's like there's the swimsuit competition and the talent competition, and then you have to answer one or two supposedly substantive questions, and you have to keep your smile right and every hair in place, and make sure your posture's good, and you're walking well in your heels and stuff like that, and you parade up and down the runway, and it's essentially a Mr. America contest. That's what the president is. He's Mr. America. But it has nothing to do with real issues or real leadership or real interest in any kind of human peace or viability or, housing people or feeding them or educating them.
That this race that Carol has chosen to run is not about Carol.
That's right.
This is about us and the fact that we are 8 years from the year 2000. And we're not going over into the 21st century with this excess baggage of discrimination and hopelessness and despair that has affected our people and America as a whole. We're simply not going to do it.
Elevated at night, and try not to drink.
I've been doing that ever since you told me that. Well, I served with Harold Washington, the General Assembly. He promoted me and really took me into the leadership for the first time. that made a big difference because it gave me an opportunity again to serve in the state legislature in a way that I would not have had without him. We go back in the movement to the days when he was coming over into the movement. I was born into the civil rights movement, and Harold came to it, and we were able to work together over the years in behalf of reform government, and so that was real important to me.
How do the polls say now? Where do you stand? It's only tomorrow's Monday.
Striking distance of this incumbent. I think we can do this. We can absolutely do this.
Dixon and Hofeld are beating the hell out of each other. They're both losing votes. And the third candidate, who has no resources and really hasn't run much of a campaign, is benefiting from it, not because she's above the fray, but because she's below the fray.
This is the woman about whom they said it couldn't be done, but we're going to do it. Right? So I want to present you with my check here for $1,000. Yeah. And I want to tell you that I just talked to Marlo Thomas on the phone, and she is sending you her check for $1,000. You know, we have enemies in the Senate. That means women and, you know, underrepresented groups in general. We have enemies in the Senate, and we have a few people who are not our enemies, but we don't have anybody who's our friend. We don't have anybody who really understands, and that's who Carol is.
I said in another church today that I was driven by that wonderful verse from Isaiah, and with that I close and thank you. Those who wait upon the Lord shall have their strength renewed.
I'm a blue phone.
How are you? We had an extraordinary week. I mean, from that school to the Eli's Cheesecake Factory, where they have a GED program for their workers, to Mayor Daley's meeting, and going to Hillary's high school. The message all week was, we understand Chicago, and we care about the problems that average Chicago folks face.
627. Hi.
Okay, now let me ask you a question. Now I'm going to be real pushy. Can I have lunch on the day, cocktail, and dinner?
Yeah, we need to increase the goal for your event. Why is it Roger doing that?
No.
I'm serious. Do you think you can get it out to 100?
I mean, it'll be through Florida. Oh, it's all Florida. Yeah, I'll make it close. We'll have a golf game.
Some of them are very issue-oriented, and so, you know, they want a candidate who supports their issues. Some of them just do this for fun. It's their hobby, and so they just like the thrill of it. They just like being around it. And most of the people who we raise money from don't want anything. I mean, they don't want jobs, they don't want contracts. They just want some excitement, and they want to feel important.
I mean, it's hard to say how you put $8 million together. Who would have thought? I mean, I didn't think in November you could put $8 million, although that was the budget. You have some very successful events, you have some political breaks, and you get a political environment, and you got some very loyal friends of Bill and Hillary's. And from then on, it just starts working itself. And you keep working it, working the events and working the people.
The name of the band, politics. The name of the game, politics.
Most of the people in Designing Women are for Bill Clinton because they've met him so many times. We've taken all the Designing Women to Arkansas. We've had a big party at the mansion. We've gone back several times with Burt Reynolds. We've taken Markie Post. We've had a number of parties at the governor's mansion.
Do most people give $1,000 at a crack?
Not everyone gives $1,000. A lot of people give $1,000, particularly after they've heard him speak. A lot of people hold back and give $250 or $500, and when they do, I always threaten them that we'll be back for more, and you can save yourself a lot of agony and pain if you just finish writing the check now. And they always laugh and go off, and then they wait for my phone call, and then I call and I say it's time to collect the other half.
You're the Hollywood-Arkansas connection, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Uh-huh.
I bridge that geographical gap.
We have a very, very special person who's been playing in the band tonight. I don't know if our warm-up lady has introduced him, but his brother happens to be running for President of the United States, Governor Bill Clinton. And thank you for Bill. I'm going to hold this up. It says future first brother. And I know you'll get to wear it in a few more months.
I help certainly out here in California, but it's mainly just telephoning, canvassing, and just word of mouth, you know, personal campaigning that I do every day, all day.
Why is it so personal for you?
Well, everything about my brother is personal to me, you know. Everything about our family is personal to us. And I try and remain objective.
So your brother is running for president. Is there a feeling inside of you? Do you get...
Oh, well, it's not a surprise feeling at all. You know, it's something that we've known for a long time would happen. But it's a wonderful feeling, and it's an exciting feeling.
Family musicians? I had heard that all your family, I'm sorry, was that musicians?
No, Bill and Roger are.
What does Bill play?
Saxophone.
Yeah, is he good?
Yes, he's good. Very good.
But he decided not to be a musician.
He'd really be good if he had time to practice.
I just need to finish him off a little.
Frank, Rom.
Eddie, I'll be back.
You personally? Well, no. I mean, you can raise 5,000 more. You can raise as much as you want. But if you and Debbie have both given 1,000, you can't give any more.
And you got it early. That was the key. Huh?
Yeah. I mean, in a sense, you know, there's a compliment to David Wilhelm. He managed the candidates' time. We did 27 events in December, 27 events in January. We raised more money, saved more money, and then we spent more time with candidates' time doing what he should be doing, going and get votes when he had to. And we had the resources that we didn't have to spend his time raising money.
He's been getting better at these events. He's amazing.
He's either getting better or we're getting better. But both. No, he's getting much better. He's very, very good. All right, guys. Can I get back to this?
Yep.
How's everything else going?
Good. Action.
Wow, I feel the deluxe treatment. Thank you.
We're not the machine, we're the message. But we now have the resources. Tonight, for the month of March, we go over the $1 million mark. So we're finally going to have the resources to wage the kind of campaign. We raised only $1 million all of 1991. We raised $1 million in 12 days.
I think there's probably
On their part.
a lot of desperation on their part at this point. If they hold out any hopes of doing anything in Illinois, the thing is you need to kind of keep your head about you, because this can be a long process, and in an attempt to win a state today, you may lose so much of your character yourself that you really can't bounce back later. That's the plan. It's like Nixon's plan to get out of Vietnam. So I can't tell you for 6 months.
Wait a second, what about the accelerated plan?
The accelerated plan. No, this is like Nixon's plan to get us out of Vietnam. We have to be elected first, and then I'll tell you 6 months later. See you guys.
The Democratic Candidates, a presidential forum, is a presentation of the Illinois Democratic Party, the Chicago Sun-Times, and WLS-TV.
He is funneling money to his wife's law firm for state business. That's number one.
I don't care what you say about me, but you ought to be ashamed of yourself for jumping on my wife. You're not worth being on the same platform
I'll tell
as my
you something,
wife.
Mr. Clinton.
Now,
Don't
wait a
try to
minute.
escape it. Ralph Nader
I
called
did
me
not.
this afternoon. He read me the article from the Washington Post.
Does that make it
I was
true?
shocked by it.
You're saying, in effect, Governor Brown, that's garbage and you know it. Is that what you're saying?
It is
Joe?
garbage.
Okay, let's get on to something else.
We expect
It doesn't sound like you could run as vice president.
No, it doesn't.
Mr. Clinton, with all that stuff?
I feel sorry for Jerry Brown. I served with him as governor in the late 70s. He asked me to support him for president once.
Did you?
Of course not. You know,
You want to get the right seals so it goes with the music? Or...
That's good.
Well, I mean, I found it very distasteful because those two got into a dispute. You're all going to use in the news. And now I don't have the picture. So I was going to run in between them.
What Bill Clinton has shown throughout this race is he can take a hit, he can hit back, and that shows real character, that shows toughness, that shows leadership capacity, and I think we just saw more of that tonight. Here's somebody, I mean, you know, when people are behind in the polls, they do crazy things. They start playing loose with the facts. They even may stoop as low as to attack another candidate's wife. That's what happened tonight. Bill Clinton aggressively fought back, defended his wife, is proud of his wife, is proud of her legal profession and what she's been able to accomplish, and that was obvious to everybody. And I think at a very basic, very human level, that connects with people.
Okay, we've heard.
When the president comes and goes, he'll have his exit and entranceway specifically marked by Secret Service and escort so that you'll have no crowd of reporters completely encircling the president walking in or out of wherever he's speaking from. That's the biggest difference. So also he doesn't have to give comments that way after he gives a speech or answer questions. Media control.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I am most privileged to introduce our #1 freedom fighter and the most popular American in Poland, the President of the United States, George Bush.
Well, thank you, Ed Moscow, very, very much, and all of you for this welcome.
This is like a one-eyed binocular. And I bought this during the campaign in 1988 when I also covered George Bush, so I could see the candidate. Because sometimes we're kept so far away from the man that we're supposed to be covering that the only way to actually see him as more than a pinhead is by using this device, which has not caught on in the press corps, but It's been very useful to me.
This is the ladder of choice.
That is the Werner. This is not mine, but this is the Werner 244, which is the industry standard, state-of-the-art ladder, which is an indispensable tool for campaign coverage.
How
it's
is
the
it
Werner
good?
244.
What do you use it for?
Well, you go up like this. That way you can see over top of anybody who has a pin on their lapel and a thing in their ear, like this fine gentleman here who's walking around behind you. This guy's perfect. See, my colleague Reggie has an inferior grade. It's very dangerous. It's high hazardous to go on this. It's not a Werner 244. It's not rated for 200 pounds.
It's a Walmart.
Reggie weighed 225 when he started. Now Bill Clinton has run him into the ground.
Oh, Bill Clinton.
You see, this one comes with the CBS logo, you see?
It feels good. From the factory.
This is really a good ladder.
That rib action is...
These guys have a lot of fun. What are they doing?
We're setting up a soup line. Kind of a contrast. President Bush is having a $1,000 a plate fundraiser, and we've got 100,000 people who are homeless in the state and going hungry. We've got another 400,000 people who are unemployed. We need jobs, we need housing, and he's in there, you know, having a $1,000 a plate dinner.
Yeah, this is what Reagan got us doing. Need a sandwich with no meat in it.
But this is not the Bush administration.
How long have you been homeless?
Oh, I've been homeless 3 years now. You know.
Are you gonna vote?
Yeah, I'm gonna vote, but I ain't gonna vote for the people that got me here. I'm not gonna vote for them.
The goal initially, from what I understand, I was just told, was to raise $500,000 and have 50 tables. And from what I was just told, $1.2 million was raised tonight, and there are 130 tables.
You know, I see this this president who's calm and taking the long view, interspersed with a man who is absolutely frenzied and competitive. So it's sort of like, I don't pay any attention to the polls, and everything's going to work out fine, and then, good Lord, let's get on a plane. Let's get out there. Let's, you know, whip them up. So it's kind of yin-yang.
Is that who George Bush is?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. I think so. Yeah.
Oh, excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me.
This is my favorite reporter and one of the best reporters in all of Washington. Incisive, decisive, insightful, articulate.
And fun.
And fun.
Would you say tough but fair?
Tough but fair. That's good.
What's the best joke on the campaign bus?
Oh, gosh. Well, Freedom Farter was pretty good.
Make sure you go out and vote. Make sure you go out and vote, sister. Make sure you go out and vote, my brother.
Total Dem 806, total Republican 141.
Hey, you're talking about an 8-to-1 margin, Dems to Republicans in Oak Park. It's a suburban area.
And this is only a third of the precincts.
I think that Dave Wilhelm brought a lot of depth as a campaign manager for the Daley campaign. He was, we worked together during that campaign, and I think he did an outstanding job. He viewed the campaign not only from a technical or street aspect, but from a very issue-oriented sort of a way, and I think it really helped during the Daley campaign. And I think a lot of his methodologies are being translated to the Clinton campaign. Dave is a very methodical guy, a very intense individual who really knows his stuff. I mean, he really knows the business of campaigning and how to deal with and how to sell a candidate.
I mean, one of the things that's gratifying about today is, for the first time in a long time, maybe since Bobby Kennedy, we have a real coalition of white ethnics, downstate, rural voters, and black voters. And it's been unifying rather than divisive. It's been trickle up rather than trickle down, and it's a gratifying thing to see.
It's been the line. I mean, that's been the that has been the thing that was going to work.
Right, and it worked. It was the plan. See, the plan worked.
Hello, I'm polling voters for a national TV network, and
We started doing exit polls in 1967, so we would have a way to talk about more than who won the election. Now, for the first time, well, since starting in the 60s, we could talk about why people voted for the candidates they did, what issues were important, what candidate qualities were important, what constituencies supported each candidate. I mean, we don't know that Abraham Lincoln got elected because people were opposed to slavery. We have no idea. In the elections today, we know that Ronald Reagan didn't get elected in 1980 from a conservative mandate. We know that he got elected because it was a rejection of Jimmy Carter.
Paul Tsongas, because I feel he has a lot of good ideas. Clinton has, I don't know, I feel he's been trying to model himself after Kennedy. He's a public relations wonder, but in terms of anything else, I don't feel that he really has the substance. I'm not pleased with Tsongas as well, but out of the two, I'd rather go with Tsongas than Clinton. You know, I just say, Mario Cuomo, where are you? Please.
Mr. Bush cannot identify with the poor and the middle class. He was never one of us. And because of that, he really doesn't understand their problems. I think you need somebody who's been down there, who's struggled and suffered a little bit in order to really feel for these people. He doesn't understand. He's a very nice guy. I like his wife, too. She's, you know, a very fine person. But he just doesn't understand these. He's terrific at foreign affairs with those long-distance phone calls and everything that goes with it. But when it comes to domestic affairs, he flunks.
Democratic President Brown, 1. Clinton, 2. Harkin, 1. Kerry, 0. Tsongas, 8. Uncommitted, 1. Others, 0.
Now, I haven't heard of any game plan on the Republican side of the aisle to cast votes for Clinton to make it easier for Bush. So God knows what the theory is or the philosophy.
There's a lot of literature for Jerry Brown out there.
Could be that. But there's something that's motivating these people that never motivated them before. And I'm real curious to figure out why.
The answer, as far as black voters are concerned, is a resounding yes.
Joe, 55% turnout. Congratulations.
For example, look at black voters in Illinois. 3/4 of them, 75%, voted for Clinton. Only 8% went for Jerry. Yes! And 7% for Tsongas.
Bill Clinton is winning by a better than 2-to-1 margin. He's also an easy winner in Michigan. Illinois Senator Alan Dixon is locked in the biggest political battle of his long career tonight. He's in a tight race in the Illinois primary. The contest is too close to call.
She's always been a very wonderful young woman. Whatever she started at, she would finish it. She's good at making plans and carrying them out. Even down to putting food coloring in the food and making green potatoes and brown milk.
Yeah, I know. I just want to screw up the shot.
They will not screw up the shot.
Let me talk. Let me get Peter. Let me see what's up. Okay.
I mean, people thought going into this election that the Democrats could never pull the disparate factions of their coalition together again, and I think Bill Clinton's showing that he can do that. At least tonight. Wait till next week.
It's unbelievable. It's like,
Unbelievable. Okay, this is it. We're doing it. It's done.
Yes.
Senator. Senator. Senator.
My dear friends, I have just called my friend, Carol Moseley Braun, to give her my heartiest congratulations on a great victory. Now, let me tell you something. I spent a lifetime in Democratic politics. And I spent that lifetime in Democratic politics playing by the rules. Carol Moseley Braun was an honorable, decent candidate. I won 29 times with grace. And I lose once, thank God, with that same grace. Now, I'm not going to be like poor old Dick Nixon, who said you won't have this guy to kick around anymore. But I am going to tell you this. I had a wonderful public life. I enjoyed every golden, beautiful minute of it. I enjoyed every citizen I knew. I enjoyed every person I served. It was the great privilege and honor of a lifetime to be yours for decades.
Well, you guys need to keep us out too late all the time. We don't get a chance to have any fun.
I want you to have fun. I can tell that. We can tell that. You figure if you're not having fun, nobody else can either. Go forth and have fun.
Is that a Bible verse also?
Kind of.
That's a heavily revised King James.
The new independent.
That's Bo James edition.
Bo James. Well, Rev, we're going to take some time off. We'll see you soon.
Yeah.
Where you going?
I know it's a concept.
We both, all the regulars are taking off for a break-in for a little while.
I'm going to take a day off myself.
All right.
Day and a half, yeah. I'm going to go home.
Day, whole day and a half.
I'm tired.
No. Tired?
It's been a long time since I've been out in the military. But, you know, I don't want to. Saugus is in Connecticut and Brown's in Wisconsin, so it's back to divide and conquer.
You made this happen. That's right. When they said this campaign was impossible, you said, we're going to do it. When they said you don't have the money, we said in a democracy it's how many votes you got.
The people of Illinois and Michigan sure know how to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. case you get out of this race. I will tell everybody this, if you want to stay in, you ought to try to be a constructive person. I'll come just as soon as I can. I have been in Wisconsin a lot in the last few years.
Hold on.
You need to change your tie.
Streaming across the whole bottom.
We give you a break now.
Do you realize that Harry has to do this interview with you tonight?
See you in the 90s. That's where we are, in case you haven't.
That's where we're headed together, huh?
Yeah.
Your picture here.
Let's close the book on the 80s. Start the 90s again.
Thanks. That's good.
You know, that reminds me of that Tyson.